What's up everyone? Welcome back once again to the 5 Essentials series. So today we're going to talk about a move that I find very useful in regards to being able to switch from a side style orientation to a front style orientation. When you start delving into a lot of the more complex 5A maneuvers, especially if you're going to be looking into freestyling, then it's really important to have a lot of different ideas in mind for being able to switch from different orientations of play, front style to side style to front style, and vice versa, even from side style to horizontal. There's all sorts of different transition points, and for this particular move, I feel it's probably one of the best starter points to be able to get us used to the idea of switching from one to the other. This move is not too difficult, but it does take a little bit of weird finger and wrist motion, so practice this a lot, get used to having some flexibility in your wrist, and we'll get into it. This move is appropriately called switch stance, and it looks like this. So the basics of this trick are pretty simple. It actually utilizes some moves that you might already be familiar with. But first of all, we're going to throw the yo-yo and we're going to get into a 1.5 mount. From the 1.5 mount, you're going to release the counterweight as you're unrolling off to the side with your throw hand. And as this happens, you're going to see that the counterweight is going to follow around and do a large circle, and it's going to come out of the gap of the yo-yo. So at this point, what you're going to want to do is you're going to take your throw hand pointer finger, and I'm actually going to be twisting my wrist following the direction of the counterweight swinging around, and my pointer is basically just going to be twisting inward following the direction of the counterweight until my pointer is now facing towards me. At this point, with my pointer facing towards my body, I'm going to allow the counterweight segment to swing into the gap of the yo-yo. As the counterweight is doing this, I'm going to leave my free hand outward, and I'm going to intercept that string with my free hand and allow the counterweight to continue around over the top of my free hand and land in my throw hand palm. What this does is it sets us up inside of a split bottom mount. As well, this is now setting us up in a front style orientation. The tricky part of this trick is honestly the twist of the finger. As we're doing this, it can be a little bit confusing trying to figure out exactly when to perform the twist and where our wrist should be going. But experiment with this a little bit and you'll be able to find that you'll get a natural motion to basically follow the counterweight and twist your wrist inward to be able to set you up for the front style mount. You could think of almost drawing a half semicircle in the direction away from your body. If I'm right-handed, then you're going to be drawing that semicircle to the outside on the right. And if you're left-handed, then you're going to be doing the same thing, but you're drawing that semicircle onto the left. So once again, we're getting into a 1.5 mount, leaving everything on your throw hand, releasing the counterweight off the side of your hand as we're unrolling the yo-yo. As the counterweight leaves the yo-yo and starts traveling around in a circle, twisting our pointer finger inward, keeping contact with the string at all times. As soon as our finger is pointing towards us, we're allowing the string to enter into the yo-yo as the counterweight segment comes around, leaving our free hand open to intercept the string, and then catching the counterweight back into our throw hand palm, setting us up for a split bottom mount. To exit this maneuver, you can simply roll the yo-yo forward while releasing the counterweight, allow the counterweight to swing all the way back around and land a trapeze. There's obviously a lot of options because you'll be set up in what's essentially a split bottom mount here, so you can also do things like immediately transition into a nunchuck, or just get creative and start experimenting with what other directions you can go. As mentioned before, this move can be a little tricky as it requires some wrist motion that we might not be used to, but give it a lot of practice and I'm sure that you'll be able to get it very smooth. And remember that this is a great move to get into some different setups for different orientations, going from side style and front style, so definitely recommend adding this to your trick repertoire. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, give it lots of practice. Thank you so much for watching. And by the way, happy 5A May. I hope you guys are taking this month to practice lots of 5A, and I'm excited to see where the style goes. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Thank you.